Good evening and welcome to Neil Carey Arena, the site of Lewis Men's Volleyball. We have some MIVA action as the Flyers look to bounce back off of a sweep against Ball State against the 12th ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm Patrick Hennessy here with Juliana Van Loo and Allie Hickey. We should be in for an exciting matchup. These two teams have a pretty rich history, and for the Flyers, what do you think they're going to look to try to do to bounce back, obviously getting swept against the Cardinals on Thursday?
You know, I think their offense from the pins, they were working on that yesterday, and so if they can key in today and really, you know, work around Ohio State's block, I think that's really going to help out the Flyers tonight.
I think focusing on their first ball touch as well and just running that offense like Jules just said.
Yeah, and the Flyers, not a team that gets swept very often. Personally, I think that Ball State team is very underrated. You know, they beat Hawaii twice in Muncie. Obviously, Hawaii, the reigning national champions, come here to Neil Carey Arena. So Flyers are now 0-1 in MIVA action. So you'd hate to go down 0-2. The question is, are we going to get the team that swept UCLA, or are we going to get the team that got swept by Pepperdine and Ball State? You know, it's been an up and down season, and that's the perfect way to start as Michael Sack picks up an ace. The starters for the Flyers: Michael Sack, Tyler Morgan, Cole Brilhart, Jason Gibbs, Tyler Mitchum, and Kevin Calling, and then libero Carlos Jimenez. For Ohio State, their libero is Parker Mickish, and then number 5, Noah Platfoot, is out there with Jacob Pastor, Sean Ryan, Ethan Talley, Samuel Clark, and Cole Young. You know, we were talking about this a little bit before the match, but the Flyers, a little bit different look in these past few games. You'll notice Jason Gibbs now no longer playing as the libero. They now have Carlos Jimenez in that position. And, you know, what do you think prompted Dan Friend to kind of make the switch there?
You know, Jason's ball control in the back row is really good, and, you know, he's gone to the front row, and he actually hit really well, you know, going out to California, and he performed pretty well against UCLA. Yeah,
he had 10 kills in that game.
Yeah, so as long as he can keep up what he was doing at UCLA, I think he can be a really effective outside for Lewis.
Yeah, and the Flyers have been searching for that outside all season, obviously with losing Ryan Coonan along with Kyle Bouger, a pretty big blow. And they've been pretty much trying anything they can to find who that new outside's going to be. You know, Cole Brillhart has been pretty good for the last couple years. They've tried John Davis in that position. Now, obviously, Gibbs hitting a little bit more. Of course, Flyers on that front line have Tyler Mitchum, one of the best, if not the best players in the MIVA conference. Tyler Morgan, a freshman as well, up there in the front line with Kevin Calling. Really smart decision by the Flyers. 3 blockers at the net, so a nice job to recognize that. We're knotted up at 3.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of crafty things coming from Tyler Morgan and Kevin Calling, just because they are setters. They're not typically hitting in the front row, but this year they've got the opportunity to hit. So in order to get points, they're going to try, you know, tipping or going for the deep corners. Those are usually open spots. So you see a lot of that from them.
We saw for the Buckeyes there, Ethan Talley picking up the kill. The Buckeyes come in at 4-4, so a bit of a rocky start at the season. They also lost their first conference matchup against McKendree. So the Buckeyes, another team looking to try and not fall 0-2 early. I've noticed Tyler Mitchum's kind of started to float these serves over. Unfortunately, that one long. That is somewhere Mitchum has struggled, you know, from the service line. He's such a dominant presence at the net. It's just he's so big, you know, you can't really have him in the back row as much as you might want. It's a nice dig there from Mickish. Flyers will pick up the point. 5-5. Freshman Tyler Morgan now serving. Morgan from Dike, Iowa. We actually sat down and talked to Tyler in an episode of Flyer Nation that you can view on YouTube, on the Go Lewis Flyers YouTube channel. I had some really good things to say about this program and then what the recruiting process looked like for him. Iowa, not a state that actually plays high school men's volleyball, so he had to play for a club team, as a lot of players do. This is Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan, 6'5", outside hitter from Countryside, Illinois. He is a senior in his final season. And there's that hitting from Kevin Calling that you mentioned. He has been a setter for the last few years, but getting more opportunities to hit this season and looking pretty good.
Yeah, I talked to him a little while ago, and he said that, you know, this is a rare opportunity to hit just because he is a setter and he's just having fun with it. So when he gets an open net, you know, you're just going to see Kevin go for that hit.
We saw Gibbs there with a rare mishandle on the dig. He did win Defensive Player of the Week a couple of weeks ago. That's going to be Michael Sack and Kevin Calling picking up some block assists. Mitchum will now rotate back in for the Flyers. It's Michael Sack at the service line. He is yet another player who's getting a lot more playing time this season than he did last. Strong hit from Parker Mickish to pick up the kill for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, you're going to see when the middle hitters or back row serving, the other team's hitters are going to start aiming for them. Only because, you know, they are like the weaker passers. They don't usually pass. So in that instance, the outside kind of went for that zone where Michael Sack was.
And this is an Ohio State squad that's struggled to hit a bit so far this season. They're hitting at just over 24%. And that one just a little long, a rare miss for Tyler Mitchum. Lewis, however, hitting very well this season, second in the conference at nearly 32%. They trail just Ball State in that category. So early on, both teams hitting well. Ohio State at 50% and the Flyers at 43%. So Flyers now trailing by 3. What do you think Dan Friend is telling his players right now in that huddle?
I think he's probably telling them to relax a little bit, especially because there's a few mishandles with their passing, and usually our passing is pretty well, especially on the serve-receive line, especially from like Carlos Jimenez and Jason Gibbs. They're both liberos, and so, with those mishandles, they kind of just need to relax a little bit so they can get their offense going, get Tyler Mitchum going. He got a lot of kills 2 nights ago, so if we can get Tyler some more sets, I think that'll really help out the Flyers.
Yeah, I have nothing to add. I think you're right on the money there. Obviously, feeding Tyler Mitchum, not a bad route to go. Flyers trail by 3, and this is really a set I think the Flyers want to win. Obviously, losing in straight sets to Ball State, you really want to come out with more momentum here. And they probably have a little more energy than usual. Typically you play kind of Friday night, Saturday night, but they played Ball State on Thursday, so they have that extra day's rest. It's going to be an overpass. Let's see if Ohio State takes advantage. That was going to go to the Buckeyes. They still lead by 3. So it'll be Jacob Pastor serving for the Buckeyes. Pastor, a 6'4" sophomore out of Westminster, Maryland.
It looks like in that last play, they're really trying to feed him the ball, set him 3 times. So we'll probably see that more tonight.
There's that, kind of tip that you mentioned at the start of the game from Brillhart. And another point for the Buckeyes. Long huddle for the Flyers. They got to try to figure this out. They trail by 4 here in set 1. If you look at Ohio State's roster, a lot of diversity in terms of kind of where these players are coming from. We see Florida, Ohio, California, Belgium, Maryland, Virginia, Illinois, all over the place. Flyers, obviously a lot of local talent. We see a lot of Illinois, kind of Plainfield, Romeoville area, but obviously, Cole Brillhart there from Pennsylvania, Tyler Morgan from Iowa. It'll be a service error, so let's see if the Flyers now can take advantage.
Yeah, in that case, service errors really just kill your momentum. Ohio State was getting a little bit of a lead there, building space, but hopefully this will create some time for the Flyers to take that.
Oh, that was a beautiful serve from Brillhart. Brillhart, that one long, but Brillhart does have the second most aces in the MIVA conference. He trails just Quinn Isaacson of Ball State. So he has a very powerful serve. Of course, unfortunately, right there, he gives it back to Ohio State. That's Mitchum. He'll now be back to serve. Nice shot by Sack to get to that. It's going to be an overpass. And the Buckeyes are going to feed Samuel Clark, who comes away with the kill. I'll tell you what, there are a lot of fans here in Nilcare Arena. This is probably the most full I've seen it all year. That one.
And that's a point for the Flyers. The refs called a lift on Ohio State as he decided to attack with two hands and pushed it straight down.
I was going to say, it definitely looked like he pushed that one. I was going to be surprised if they gave that to Sean Ryan there. Bit of a sloppy play there by the Buckeyes, and calling can't quite take advantage. Buckeyes come away with the point.
You know, it seems like the block on the Flyers side's a little bit late. There's been a lot of the times where there's just one person up blocking, and, you know, that's going to be tough when Ohio State's outsides are, you know, scoring as much as they are.
Yeah, Flyer fans aren't, you know, used to seeing that. Obviously, last year, Flyers had one of the, you know, best blocking cores in the nation. And you're losing their assistant coach from last year obviously doesn't help with that. And then, you know, the loss of TJ Murray, also a big factor. You know, Tyler Morgan's been good, you know, but it's just, it's hard to come in as a freshman and fit right into the system. But that's a nice shot by the Flyers to cut the lead to just 2. It is 14-16 Buckeyes.
Yeah, as far as the blocking, you also have Michael Sack, who, you know, didn't play last season, and Jason Gibbs, who, again, we said earlier, was the libero. And you have Tyler Morgan, who's new. So it's a lot of new faces. So finding their groove blocking-wise is definitely going to be something the Flyers are going to need to, you know, figure out throughout the rest of the season.
And that was an ace by Gibbs. So the lead is just 1 now for Ohio State. And we saw that there, you know, another instant, just, it was just Cole Brailhart right there at the net.
Yeah.
You know, Brailhart, a really good hitter, but obviously a little bit undersized to be in that front row.
Yeah, and when the ball is tight like that, you really just want to, as a blocker, go up, get that ball as fast as you can.
And that one hits the rafter, comes down hot, and the Flyers pick up the point. A little help from Nilcare Arena there as the Flyers still trail by 1. That is going to be a service error, so like you mentioned, those can be killer right when the Flyers were, you know, starting to gain momentum. Noah Platfoot now serves it up for the Buckeyes. Flyers go to Brailhart. And this set looked like it might have been a little bit off there. Brailhart still able to score. That's going to be a kill for Samuel Clark. Buckeyes pretty balanced scoring attack. Samuel Clark, Ethan Talley, and Jacob Pastor all have 3 kills apiece. This is something I never would have said last year, but Kevin Calling actually leads the Flyers in kills in set 1 with 3. That one punched home by Mitchum.
Yeah, now they're probably, Ohio State's talking about, you know, staying on Tyler Mitchum, because if you give Tyler an open net, you know, he's just going to put that ball straight down.
Yeah, you know, 1-on-1 and even 1-on-2, you know, I'd take Mitchum with those odds any day. Mitchum picks up a block right there. So we're tied up at 19. Now, Coach Kevin Birch will take a timeout as the Flyers have knotted things up. Kevin Calling, Tyler Mitchum, each with 3 kills apiece. Tyler Morgan has 6 assists. Noah Platfoot for the Buckeyes has 10. Ethan Talley, he has 3 kills and he is hitting at 100%, so he's yet to miss. You know, these teams obviously tied at 19, pretty even across the board. Flyers 10 kills to the Buckeyes 12. The Buckeyes do have 4 attack errors. Flyers just have 2. And the Flyers have 3 service aces to the Buckeyes 2. So much like that, you know, Ball State game, things are really close here in set 1. So it's going to be Jason Gibbs at the service line, and we'll also see Carter Burzloff rotate in here for the Flyers.
So this is interesting. They're going to have Carter go in for Jason to play on the outside, most likely for a block. Carter is a little bit taller.
And Brillhart floats it over. I didn't even know he could do that. He always hits it so hard, but
yeah, it's interesting in the men's game. You don't see a lot of float servers, at least you didn't used to, and I think this year there's been a lot of people that have started float serving. You know, it's a little bit harder to pass. The ball's moving a lot. So it's interesting to see men put that into their play.
Yeah, I see obviously Tyler Mitchum kind of picked up that float. We saw Cole Brillhart right there do it, and then Tyler Morgan also likes to float it over as well. So out of the timeout, Flyers gain 2 straight points. That looked like an overpass, so the Flyers will have a free ball. And that is Mitchum! Right into the face of Jacob Pasture. And the Buckeyes are going to use their final timeout, as now in the back end of set 1, it's all Flyers. And, you know, a lot of that due to the serving from Cole Brillhart, I think. Just the Buckeyes completely out of sorts on every one of those attacks.
Yeah, and you saw Cole mix it up. You know, he did a float serve, and then he did an off-speed topspin. So, you know, being a player that can, you know, mix up your serves, you know, put one hard, put one soft, you know, mixing them up short and deep, that's really going to help you, you know, win the game and, you know, mess up the other team's passing.
For the Flyers, this marks the end of a 4-game homestand. They will head to Lindenwood and then Quincy following this game. For the Buckeyes, here in about 5 days, they will face Loyola. Loyola, obviously, another MIVA team. Lewis, the highest-ranked MIVA squad for the week. Obviously, you would imagine Ball State might kind of leapfrog them after a really impressive couple weeks. Ball State obviously comes in as the 12th ranked team. It's still Brillhart at the service line. Buckeyes have yet to have an answer for him. Oh, the Flyers are going to get another free ball. And Mitchum puts it home. Everything going the Flyers' way now, as Brillhart gets some help from the net.
Yeah, and if I was Ohio State, you know, I would really just try to shut down Tyler Mitchum, because right now he's obviously the strongest hitter, has 6 kills, and they seem to just really be feeding him the ball right now.
And a nice tool there, as Morgan and Mitchum were right there. It's 23-20. So if the Flyers can just kind of hold their ground here, they should be able to come away with a set 1 victory. And it's going to be Mitchum again.
Right off the head.
Yeah. So Neil Carolina now on his feet. It's Mitchum serving. Oh, that one is tattooed by Jacob Pastor. No chance for the Flyers.
Yeah, that's something that Ryan Coonan used to do, is, you know, hitting from the back row, and obviously it's really effective. Haven't seen the Flyers do that much this year, so hopefully they can find someone, you know, do that again.
That is Gibbs. Nice shot by Mickish to grab that. And that one's blocked by the Flyers. So at the end of set 1, it is Flyers 25, Buckeyes 21, and we'll be right back after this set break. We are back from Neil Carey Arena. Patrick Hennessy here with Julia Van Loo and Allie Hickey as the Flyers fought back from being down 4 to actually win that set by 4, 25-21. So coming out, you know, what do you think? Like, did you notice anything the Flyers started to do differently to go on that run, or was it just a, you know, Cole Brilhart's stellar serving with Tyler Mitchum's stellar play?
Yeah, I think Cole Brilhart's like serving there at the end was very key for them. Just keeping them in, and then of course like Ohio State's passing wasn't the best. And then their first ball contact for the Flyers also got a lot better there towards the end. And that just allowed Tyler and Kevin to just run the offense like they know how to.
Yeah, Ohio State making, you know, some costly errors on the back end of that set. So Flyers now go to Brilhart. And a nice job there. And, you know, Tyler Mitchum's such a threat. He's able to, you know, draw blockers, which obviously left Cole a little more open there.
Yeah, that's going to help Cole out a lot.
Joust at the net. And that one's going to go to the Buckeyes.
I think they're calling Kevin over since he is in the back row right now.
Yeah, when he was setting that ball. Those are very tough calls to make when, you know, you call someone over. Usually if they call a setter over, it's because they're reaching on the other side to, you know, give it back to our team.
So it's Pasture serving. Whoa, that one.
Wow.
That was very fast.
Straight down. Pasture's just had a couple hits where you're just kind of at a loss for words. He can really hit it.
Yeah, and if he keeps that serve up, you know, he's really going to give the Flyers a run for their money on the passing line.
That is another one. Back-to-back aces for Jacob Pasture.
And it says he's only a sophomore, so he's got a lot of time to, you know, really get that serve going. But as you can see, it's already a really tough serve. So watching him in the next few years will be fun.
Oh, yeah, he stepped over the line on that one. It's not an error you see very often. I think he was kind of got a little bit ahead of himself after those back-to-back aces.
Yeah. You know, sometimes with the topspin serve, the men, they throw it up with one arm, like what Cole's doing. Oh, switching it up.
Went to the float there. That one into the net.
Yeah, but sometimes they lose control of their toss, and, you know, Jacob just happened to tried to save it with his hand, but then foot faulted.
Yeah, that float kind of like how a knuckleball works in baseball. It kind of just goes all over the place. You can't, you know, determine which direction it's going to go. You kind of just have to guess. It's hard to pass, like you mentioned.
That was a great try by Ohio State. They sprawled out for that dig right there. Just happened to go over the net.
Whoa, a trio of blockers. Look like Michael Sack, Jason Gibbs, and Tyler Morgan. So it's 4-4 now.
Yeah, on that is tough being an outside. You know, when that first ball contact is a little bit rocky, you know you're getting the ball, you know you're going to have 3 people on you. So you really got to be smart with that play.
Yeah, do you think usually in that instant, at that point, you're just looking to tool?
Yeah, you're looking to tool, you're looking to go high hands off the block. In that case, he tried tipping, but, you know, Kevin and Mike are both very tall, so you really got to tip it high over the block.
So Mitchum still at the service line. Unfortunately, that one's into the net. 5-5 as Kyle Tooney has checked in for the Buckeyes.
And maybe Kyle will mix it up here. Looks like he went in for the outside, Sean.
That is Gibbs, but he's stuffed. Looked like, I don't know if there was more Gibbs, being off from his jump, but it looked like that set was a little off.
I think it was a little off and inside. There's not much you can do with it. You could try to go for a full body tool, but it's not much.
And again, Gibbs has to tip that one over. Flyers get another look at it. That time, Gibbs really tried to hit it, but he's met by a pair of blockers.
Yeah, sometimes the blockers are going to key in on certain people, and you're just going to have a strong 2 hands up. So, if you have a good sight of the block, then you can be crafty. But in that case, it looked like, Jason didn't really have a good sight.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing for the Flyers, obviously, Tyler Mitchum out of the rotation, and the Flyers have got to find a way to score because, right now I think their number one priority is get him back in there. And we see now John Davis checking in on the outside. Davis, a transfer from Benedictine. He's had some really good games, and then he's had some, games a little more off. So for Davis, the problem's just been a bit of consistency. And it looked like Michael Sack perhaps a little bit shaken up after that one.
Yeah, it looks like, he landed on his ankle a little weird. But
that'd be a big loss for the Flyers. I think he's going to stay in this game.
Yeah, he seemed to walk it off. And hopefully with John in, they can get their offensive going again because, as you said, Tyler Mitchum's out, but also their passing line has gotten a little shaky, especially after Jacob Pasture's serving. And so, then you can't really feed the ball to the middles if your pass isn't there. It's a little hard.
Yeah, and that's, Kevin Calling's been such a great passer, and then Tyler Morgan so far this year has been a really good passer too, or a setter, excuse me. So it's definitely not common for the Flyers to have these problems. But they were trailing by 4 in that first set, just as they are now. I think for the Flyers, it's really just a matter of getting, back into the rotation that they want with Mitchum there in the front.
Yeah, and then figuring out when Mitchum's out, like how are we going to score points? What's working, what's not working. Obviously, Kevin still, has 3 kills.
Yeah, Mitchum leads the game in kills. He has 7, and then Jacob Pasture for the Buckeyes has 5, and we also, saw him at the service line picking up some points there. This is Samuel Clark. Sends that one over. Nice job by Brillhart. That's Morgan. Obviously, Morgan not used to hitting it. Nice job by the Flyers to tip that. This will be a free ball for the Buckeyes. And another nice job by the Flyers to get some fingertips on it. And that one's out, so they're gonna give it to the Buckeyes. That even confused our PA and out. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
I think it snuck in the corner there. Everyone thought it went out. I think that was a good call by the line ref.
Yeah, personally, I thought it was out, but like you mentioned, it must have been in. As Davis there picks up a kill. Much needed point for the Flyers.
Sometimes the ball is just moving so fast, you just can't tell if it's in or out.
So it's Tyler Morgan to serve. That is Pasture from the back row. Lands it on that back line.
Yeah, that was was also a close call, you know, from at least our point of view. It did look like it went a little long, but Dan doesn't seem to fight it, so.
Yeah, line judge, I think, had a pretty good look at it. And Sack picks up the kill for the Flyers.
Yeah, the Flyers really need to focus on their first ball contact. Since they have been getting the nice passes, then they can feed the middles, and that has been working for them lately.
That is Davis. Davis has a nice topspin serve. Diving save by Davis, so Morgan's got to put it over. And a trio of blockers there for the Flyers, but the Buckeyes able to tool basically all you can do, and it worked for them.
Yeah, it looked like he went for the high hands there, and he's very smart.
He's also got a lot of power to his arm, so if he does hit those high hands, you know, the ball's just gonna, you know, spray everywhere, and you just gotta hope to run it down as a passer.
Somehow Morgan got that one over. And that play, it looked like that one was all Flyers the whole way. Ohio State just a little out of sorts the entire time on offense.
Yeah, they're really trying to keep that in play, you know, feeding their outside, which, I mean, almost worked, but, you know, he hit it out of bounds at the end.
Now Mitchum obviously back in for the Flyers, so it's Michael Sack serving. Oh, and the Buckeyes pick up a point. Again, I hate to keep, you know, bringing light to it, but Brillhart just a little bit undersized there at the front, and then he was solo as well.
Yeah, and that was just a nice play by Noah, you know, just throwing it to a deep corner. Those are always tough to pick up back row.
That is Mitchum. No doubt about it. He now is up to 8 kills.
Yeah, I think Ohio State here is going to try to find Jacob on the back pin.
Well, that's 4. Not entirely sure what happened there. I think they were a little confused on who was supposed to hit that.
Yeah, the ball was a little tight to begin with, and then just trying to get it over was a little bit tough when it's that close to the net.
And a nice job there from Talley. We've seen a few times the Buckeyes hitting right off of the pass and not even allowing the Flyers to get into a position where they can block it.
Yeah, their offense seems to be pretty quick coming from their setter.
That is another ace for Pastor. Man, that's number 3 for him. No, that's 4. Excuse me.
Yeah, he has a really effective serve. That one, you know, he decided to do a little bit softer from his others. And there's another power one.
Yeah, nice job by the Flyers to play that one.
By John Davis, but sadly Flyers were in the net.
Yeah, that's always hard to see as a defender. Getting those crazy ups and then sadly being in the net, costing the point.
And with the Flyers now trailing by 6, Dan Friend elects to take a timeout. Friend is assisted in this match by Jacob Kirshner, Eli Irizarry, Stu Solomon, and Keith Iverson. And then for Ohio State, Hudson Bates is the associate head coach. Luke Wood Maloney is the assistant coach, along with Craig Erford and Megan Anderson.
Yeah, and right now the Flyers are probably going to take this time, to really just think about cleaning things up a little bit on their side. Ohio State is pretty scrappy, getting the ball over, and number 7 Jacob Pastor is just putting the ball away. And also serving with a lot of power, and then easing up to really mix up the Flyers' first line of passing.
Yeah, the Flyers really just need to go back to the basics. Get that first ball touch so they can run their offense. And just have fun out there too.
Yeah, we have a packed crowd, a lot of people here supporting the Flyers in their quest to possibly three-peat as the MIVA champions. But they have to find an answer for Jacob Pastor first. And that is ace number 5 for Pastor.
And that was really smart because the Flyers, first line of passing is really deep. They're kind of waiting for that hard-driven serve that he's, done before earlier in the game, and then for him to just put it short, there's a lot of court open. It's also hard to see as a passer when it goes shorter.
That one hits the net, and it'll be point to the Flyers, and the Flyers trail by 6, so with Cole Brillhart at the line, beneficial position for the Flyers, but they've got to make a run. That one is dug by Joe Kinzinger. Unfortunately, Kinzinger's on the bench, so that'll go to the Buckeyes. Ethan Talley to serve it up. Whoa, that one way short. I think he kind of mistimed that one.
And it seems like Ohio State has noticed a tendency of those shorter dropper serves, we like to call those, the ones that just land a little bit behind the 10-foot line, have been dropping on the Flyers side at least. So you're probably going to see a lot more of those serves because they've been working.
That one, the nice serve for Mitchum. Ohio State thought they were going to see another one that went long, so they let it go, and it drops on that back line. It's 13-18. And that one is punched home by Cole Young. Cole Young, a freshman out of Powell, Ohio, stands at 6'10". So Tyler Mitchum usually doesn't see a lot of guys that match his height, but Cole Young at 6'10" is right there. That hit by Morgans into the antenna. And again, another set that just, wasn't in an ideal position. This is Samuel Clark. Miscommunication, so a free ball for the Buckeyes.
Ooh, that was a nice up by Kevin Calling.
And the Flyers, with some impressive defense, unfortunately to no avail. And barring anything heroic, set 2 most likely in control by Ohio State.
Yeah, from a blocking aspect, earlier in set 1, the Flyers were over the net, putting up a solid block, and it looks like now, they're not as quick to put their hands over the net, so Ohio State's really taking advantage of that, getting a lot of kills off of the block.
Dan Friend is out of timeouts too, so they have to ride this set all the way to the finish with no breaks. That was a really soft serve there from Morgan. And the point will go to the Buckeyes. 14-22 is the score. Flyers took set 1, 25-21. So Ohio State trying to send this to at least a fourth set. That one. It's punch shown by Michael Sack.
Yeah, that was a really good connection there with Tyler Morgan and Mike Sack.
And Jimenez got his hands on that one, but it is too powerful. Luke Linton has now checked in to serve for Ohio State. He's 15-23 here in set 2. Nope, couldn't quite. Sack nearly got that one over.
Yeah, it was a little hectic on the Flyers side right there. Set point for the Buckeyes here. That service error will give the Flyers one last chance to try and make a run. They trail by 8. Now, looks like Alec Leonard will be seeing his first action of the night. He checks in to serve. Yeah, hopefully, he can bring some defense to the Flyers and also some serving to get, this run hopefully back to.
And unfortunately, that service error will give the set to the Buckeyes. So at the end of set 2, it is 1-1. The Buckeyes take this set 25-16 here from Neil Carey Arena. We'll be right back after this set break. And we are back here at Neil Carey Arena as the Flyers men's volleyball team is attempting to pick up their first win in conference play. It is currently 1-1 as the Buckeyes really dominated set number 2. What do you think, kind of went wrong for the Flyers, or perhaps, was going right for the Buckeyes there in that second set to give them such a, sizable win?
I think Jacob Pastor really just came out in the second set with his serving and, with his outside hitting back row and front row, and really helped out Ohio State there. And then the Flyers, of course, their blocking and defense just wasn't really there.
Yeah, and they had a lot of attacking errors as well. So just trying to go back to the basics, like I said, start off with the pass, and then just keep the ball in and make Ohio State make the errors.
And unfortunately, the Flyers make an error on that one. So the first point will go to the Buckeyes. This is Noah Platfoot serving. Platfoot has 2 kills in the game. And that one is put home by Michael Sack. Platfoot also has 24 assists, so doing essentially all of the setting duties for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, and he's running a pretty fast offense, especially to his middles, which is giving the Flyers kind of a tough time.
And they're going to say Kevin did not touch that, so point goes to the Flyers. It was close, but
yeah,
no tip.
Sometimes it looks like it touches the block just by the way the ball is spinning, but.
Oh, and another one of those really light serves from Tyler Morgan. And Kevin's saying, yeah, Kevin really thought that hit one of the Buckeyes. And Dan Friend's going to challenge this.
Yeah, the whole team seemed to think that, it hit his face or hit his body after.
Yeah, Kevin kind of looked like he was motioning. He thought it kind of hit his chest a little bit, so Prax just grazed him across the jersey. So now we'll have one of these long breaks. It's worth mentioning to those watching at home that the cameras that they look at for the reviews are different than the cameras that you are seeing from home. So they have a bit of a different angle.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a little bit tough to, see these calls. Especially, the one they're trying to fight for is a really tough angle to see. So sometimes, the refs, they'll be like, yeah, I just can't tell. But we're hoping for a good sight here.
So far, Jacob Pastor is the match leader in kills. He has 9. Tyler Mitchum trails him with 8. And then Ethan Talley has slowly crept up as well, as he has picked up 8 kills. And he's hitting at 67% as well. So Ethan Talley is kind of low-key had a really impressive game for the Buckeyes. And after reviewing that, they give that to the Buckeyes. I'd imagine that's just an instance where they really just didn't see enough to overturn it.
Yeah, again, that's a tough angle and a tough, thing to watch. But for the Flyers, a challenge also can be, used as a timeout. Although it's pretty early in the game, so.
And Sack picks up another kill for the Flyers and seem to maybe turn the tide of this match. A lot of energy in this arena after that kill. It's Carter Burzloff now serving for the Flyers.
Good block by Ohio State.
And again, some nice defensive play. And that's going to be Samuel Clark picking up a kill for the Buckeyes.
That was interesting. It looked like number 7 was about to hit it, and then he decided to switch it up and set it. Probably hopefully trying to, mix up Lewis's defense.
Yeah, Pastures had such an impressive game. I'd imagine the Flyers were really expecting him to attack there. And instead he elects to pass it, and it pays off. And that one is another kill for Michael Sack.
Yeah, when the passing is on, feeding the ball to the middles, Michael Sack and Tyler Mitchum has really been helping out the Flyers here. They're both leading in kills, 8 and 6.
That was blocked by Mitchum. Cole Young trying to catch the Flyers off guard, one-on-one with just Mitchum there at the net, but fortunately for the Flyers, Mitchum is able to block it. Flyers lead 5-3 early in set number 3. That went into the net. Now Jimenez will check back in as the libero. He will be in that back row. Samuel Clark now serving for Ohio State. That is going to be an overpass, powerful serve. Morgan's going to set up Brillhart, and he's able to pick up a kill.
Yeah, right now with Ohio State's blocking, they have a pretty solid block on our pins. So, it's just our, outside and right side trying to find ways to get kills. And that was really smart from Cole to go off the high hands of the block.
Jimenez nearly gets to that one, however, unable to, so another point for the Buckeyes. 6-5, closely contested set number 3. This is Kyle Tooney at the service line. And Mitchum picks up kill number 9.
And that all starts off with the pass. That was a great pass there by Carter.
It's going to be another kill for Pasture. So back and forth, neither team really able to gain control here in set 2. It's Cole Young serving. They go to Mitchum, and he picks up another kill. Mitchum is now in double digits. He has 10. Him and Samuel Clark, the leaders in the match. Looks like they have some sort of violation against the Flyers.
Yeah, that looked like a net violation there by Tyler Morgan.
That's what they chalk it down as, a blocking error there as Sack is sent back. Another look at it, and he connects on opportunity number 2.
Yeah, it's really important in those, back-to-back sets to try to get as far off the net as possible, which Michael did, and he created himself some space so for that second hit. a scramble on the Flyers side.
Burzloff with a kill.
That was a nice kill, again, right off the high hands. It's been getting a lot of people kills tonight. It's on both sides.
Yeah, and that is just Burzloff's 19th kill on the season. But it comes in an important moment.
Yeah, he typically comes in to serve, so it's interesting seeing him, play all around on the outside.
Another kill for Ohio State. It's 10-7. Flyers lead by 3. And it's Pasture serving. The Flyers have had a lot of trouble with him.
We'll see if he, goes for the power or if he goes for the shorter off speed.
When he went for power, but overshoots, and it's point Flyers. And that'll be Samuel Clark picking up his 11th kill. No, excuse me, that's number 12, actually, for Clark. Now it is Ethan Talley. Back row attack from Burzloff. And Pasture is blocked. The Buckeyes, however, get it back and pick up a kill. So the Flyers had led by 3, and now they lead by just 1. It is 11-10.
Yeah, they really need to focus on their first ball off this serve. Oh.
That's another one. We've seen a couple from Talley that have really not even been close. So Talley has struggled at the service line a bit tonight.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a struggle on both teams. Ohio State has a total of 9 service errors, and the Flyers have 7. So that's quite a few for both teams.
Nice up there.
Yeah, nice shot by Mikish. We are now knotted up at 11 apiece. Excuse me, it is 12-11. Flyers still lead by 1. It is Samuel Clark now serving for the Buckeyes. And that's going to be an ace. That's his first of the match.
Again, the Buckeyes really using the off-tempo dropper serves right behind the 10-foot. Has been catching the Flyers off guard.
Yeah, that is their 7th ace of the match. However, 5 of those aces have been courtesy of Jacob Pasture. That one is into the net. So that point will go to the Flyers. It's Kevin Calling. And Pasture with a hitting error. A rare error. Flyers extend their lead to 2 once again. And that's going to be another kill for Samuel Clark. He's up to 13.
Yeah, what's interesting about the men's game as well is that they can, if the ball sprays to the stands, they can run under the net and try to get it back to their side. That's something in the women's game we don't have. So you saw Tyler Morgan try to get that ball, but it was just a little tough.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is rare to actually be able to do it, but we've seen it happen.
Great save by number 5.
Yeah, that was Noah Platfoot. And now he has given the Buckeyes a chance to score. Flyers able to recover. Jimenez has to free ball. They'll set up Pastor. That one is deep. Point Flyers. No, they're going to reverse it.
It looks like
They're going to call a tip. What's weird is the official that was closest to that initially gave it to the Flyers.
Yeah, and it looks like, you know, the line ref on the Buckeyes side saw a touch. Dan looks like he's going to challenge that there was no touch.
Yeah, it was interesting that the judge all the way on the far end made the call to overturn it. You know, I thought Kevin might have got a piece of that, but just really hard to tell. Obviously, on the opposite end of where we're sitting.
It is. It looks like Dan is trying to say that it was high over the block. We'll just have to wait and see what the ref calls.
If the call stands, it'll be 14 all. If they overturn it, it'll be 15-13 Flyers. So, you know, pretty crucial part of the match is we're over the halfway point of the set, and at 1-1, the winner of this set has a much higher chance of winning the match.
Yeah, and what's, again, nice about challenges is it's a nice timeout, but if you don't win the challenge, you lose it. And so, you know, each team has 3 challenges in the 4 sets, and if they go to 5, they'll get an extra. But right now, Dan has used one and lost it, so we'll see what happens here. If they win the challenge, they get to keep it. So
yeah, you know, I don't mind the challenge from Friend. You know, I think this is a point you really want, and with both timeouts remaining, you may as well go for it. Friend,
yeah.
Obviously, he knows what he's doing. He's a veteran head coach in his 18th season. Multiple-time MIVA Coach of the Year.
Yeah, and who knows, you know, it's a tie game, 14-14, so, you know, the winner of this point really could change the momentum of, like, who's going to really take off. So far, it's been pretty back and forth. No one's really had a great lead in this set.
They've been looking at this for a while.
Yeah, sometimes this is tough as a player because it's just so much time off, and you know, you're trying to stay warm, trying to stay in the game. The music's going, so sometimes you can get a little distracted. So really just staying focused.
And a little bit more in Flyers athletics today. The Flyers women's basketball team picked up a win at William Jewell. However, the men actually picked up a loss again against William Jewell. So the Flyers 1-1 on the day.
Looks like they're calling a touch off that ball. Ohio State serve.
Dan Friend does not look very happy with that call.
I was just about to say that. He does not look very happy.
And he's someone who typically maintains his composure pretty well.
Yeah.
But he was visibly upset after that. Whoa!
Great dig by Carlos Jimenez.
And that was dumped by Platfoot. So unfortunately for Jimenez, to no avail, as the Buckeyes now lead by 1 here in the set.
Yeah, he just had no one blocking him on that, and it was a tight ball again. Smart play by Noah.
That's going to be another kill for Tyler Mitchum. Now things up at 15 apiece.
That was a key kill by Tyler. You know, coming out of that challenge, the Flyers had a little bit of a rough pass there.
This is Brillhart. Pasteur's hit outside. So that hitting error gives the ball back to the Flyers. And Pasteur is blocked. It was Tyler Morgan and Tyler Mitchum, so pair of Tylers picking up a point for the Flyers, 17-15.
Yeah, with back-to-back errors like that, you know, Noah, the setter, is probably going to try to either find his middle or find the right side, who's back row. Or in this case, you know, Flyers are going to miss their serve. That's always a momentum killer.
Now it is Luke Linton in to serve for the Buckeyes. Linton, a 6'3" senior out of California. And it looked like Plattfoot might have picked up a block there. That or Burzloff kind of missed on the hit. Couldn't quite tell exactly what it was. So now Linton remains serving. It's tied up at 17 apiece. That one deep. So a service error giving it back to the Flyers.
Yeah, it went a little long there. It looks like Ohio State's going to challenge it. Challenge that it's in.
Their first challenge of the night. I mean, we don't have the best vantage point, but to me, that looked like it was definitely long.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little bit under the serve or under the ball, and then, you know, just lofted the serve out a little bit. But with those top spins, you know, it does create momentum where sometimes it just sneaks in the line. So I guess we'll find out soon.
Hopefully this will be a bit shorter of a review. Noah Plattfoot has 12 assists for the Buckeyes. For the Flyers, it is split a little bit. Tyler Morgan has 15 and Kevin Calling has 13. And a quick review on that one as the point stays with the Flyers.
Ohio State seemed a little hoping that that was in.
Yeah, and kind of another one of those challenges, you know, where you kind of think, why not? You know, you haven't used a timeout yet in this set, and you can take any point you can get in one that's so close. Joust at the net. It's going to be a violation against the Buckeyes. It looked like he got his hand on the net.
Yeah.
Flyers lead by 2. It's Mitchum serving. And into the net. Both teams, you know, with quite a few service errors, and a key discrepancy now. The Buckeyes have 40 kills. The Flyers just 29. However, the Buckeyes have 13 attack errors to the Flyers' 8. And just like that, it is tied once again. This is Noah Plattfoot serving.
Yeah, the Flyers are really going to need a good pass here. Hopefully we can get the ball to Michael Sack. He's been playing well tonight.
And they do.
There you go.
Just like you called.
The middles have really been a key aspect this season and this game tonight, too. for the Flyers.
Whoa, that one from Samuel Clark is way off. Flyers lead by 2. I'd imagine Coach Kevin Birch will call a timeout if the Flyers pick up another point. 21-19 the score. These teams tied at 1 set apiece in the match. That one just off. And just like that, it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, tonight from both sides, serving has been a hit or miss. So this game has just been a lot tighter on both ends. It's a good pass by Carter.
And a decent look for the Flyers. That's going to be an overpass. Buckeyes will get another chance. And that is going to be another kill for Samuel Clark.
He just found Michael's hands. They're a little bit late to get over the net, and so just popped off nice and high, right into the stands.
That is kill number 15 for Samuel Clark. He leads every player in that category in this match, and Coach Dan Friend electing to take a timeout as it is tied up at 21. And you know, this third set's going to be really key. Obviously, each team has 1 set so far.
Yeah, and right now, Ohio State's hitting percentage is at a .314 and the Flyers at a .300, so it's pretty tight with their offense. I mean, Ohio State, again, has 14 attackers in all 3 sets, so it's really going to kind of put a fault to them. You know, if they can limit their errors, their margin probably be a lot bigger. But then on the Flyers side, if they can start getting some more kills, then, you know.
Yeah, the Buckeyes have 11 more kills than the Flyers.
Yeah.
The Flyers, like you mentioned, have made, you know, less errors from a hitting perspective, and then they've also picked up a few more blocks. So that's kind of where the, you know, how the scores remain so close.
Yeah, making it a pretty evenly matched game between the two.
That is Kevin Calling with the kill.
Yeah, that was a great up by Cole Brillhart off that serve. And then Kevin was able to end that play.
It's Carter Burzlaff now to serve for the Flyers. He's got a lot of playing time tonight. He's been playing pretty well too, and that one from Pastor, no doubt about it.
He just flies from the back row. I would expect to probably see a lot more sets going to him in the back row, especially if he's getting kills, you know, and the front row is not.
Thomas Poole has now checked in to serve for the Buckeyes. They're able to get this one over. Flyers should get a good look, and that's dumped by Calling. So Kevin Calling with the Flyers' last 2 points. And Coach Birch having a word with the officials over something.
It looks like he's arguing that, you know, Kevin's throwdown was a little bit more of a throw than just a little pushover.
Yeah, and they did call that against Ohio State earlier, so you might understand a little bit of frustration on his end. And kind of I'm 50-50 on that, you know. It looked like maybe he carried it a little bit.
Yeah, especially this tight in the game. Jason Gibbs getting a nice pass there, subbing in for the Flyers.
And that is going to be another kill for Samuel Clark. He's up to 16. And we are tied up at 23 apiece. Michael Sack will check in.
Yeah,
No, he will not.
There seems to be a lot of rallies going on, so it's really about, you know, whose defense is going to allow their offense to, you know, put the ball away. And another missed serve.
And Coach Birch will not take a timeout here as it's set point. It is Kevin Calling at the service line, and I misspoke. He now elects to take timeout. Maybe he wanted the fans to get a little excited for nothing there. Obviously, you know, hoping to ice Kevin Calling a bit, perhaps hope that he misses the serve. Flyers fans trying to get some sort of wave started here. It's making about 2/3 of the way down, but when he gets to the Ohio State end, it stops. That was a little better.
Yeah, we have a nice view. Yeah, because now a lot more fans can come to the games.
Yeah, obviously earlier in the season, limited spectators, especially for a lot of your guys this season as well, which, you know, it's hard to play when there aren't a lot of fans in the stands.
Yeah, especially last season when we just had cutouts, so it was very interesting.
Yeah, the cutouts don't make noise.
No, but one thing about both of, you know, women's and men's for Lewis is our benches are very loud. And you'll see, you know, the Lewis's men's bench is very active too.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And the Ohio State bench has been loud as well. And that is going to be a point for Ohio State. So this one will be going past 25. It's Tooney serving.
Yeah, if the pass is on the net, they're going to probably look for Mitchum to put the ball away.
Now when they go to Morgan, this time they'll set up Brillhart. See if they go to Mitchum here. They do. That one was tipped.
Yeah, it's a touch off Parker. He tried to reach for it, but, you know, it was just a little too high. Went off his hand.
It's Brillhart serving. We are at a key point in this match. Flyers lead 25-24 at set 3. Oh, what a kill there for Clark. That was clutch.
Ohio State's back row attacks have really been getting them, you know, some good kills from Samuel and from Jacob.
Yeah, they've combined for 29 kills. Flyers go to Mitchum, and he gets the kill. And Coach Brent is going to trust Mitchum at the service line here. He trusts in his senior.
To get the Flyers' last point.
Pastor with the kill. Back and forth we go. As now it is Noah Plattfoot serving for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes go to Pastor again. That one hit the antenna. Point Flyers. And it's Tyler Morgan at the service line.
Again, Flyers looking to end this third set.
The Pastor is blocked by Burzlaff. And the Flyers take set number 3, 28-26 here from Neil Carey Arena. We'll be taking a short break, but we'll be back for the start of set number 4. Welcome back to Neil Carey Arena. Patrick Hennessy alongside Juliana Van Loo and Allie Hickey for the start of set 4. We just witnessed a very exciting set number 3 in which the Flyers were able to come out with a 28-26 victory to take a 2-1 lead as they look to pick up their first win in MIVA action. The Buckeyes of Ohio State also looking for their first win, and it's been a really interesting match. We saw a very closely contested first set in which the Flyers won, and then the Buckeyes kind of blew out the Flyers in set 2, and then the Flyers come back to win another close set in number 3. So we'll see what happens here in set 4 as it's Cole Young serving.
Yeah, and right now both teams are looking pretty even offensively, defensively. So we'll see what happens in set 4.
Flyers going to Burzloff, who picked up that block to close out set 3. However, the Buckeyes come up with the point. Bit of a discussion between Friend and the official. And it's still Cole Young serving.
Good save by Tyler Morgan.
That's another one of those ones you were talking about where Morgan came to the Ohio State side of the net. And because of that hustle, the Flyers come away at the point. And it's Tyler Morgan serving. That one is way off, so point Flyers.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times by Samuel. You know, if he's on, and then, you know, sometimes you see those whiffs that just go sailing out of bounds. But just the power from his arm is really insane to watch. And there you had a joust. Number 5, Noah on Ohio State won.
Yeah, and as you're talking, I was looking, it looks like Tyler Mitchum has just come out of the locker room, so he obviously did not come out to start this set. He is back on the sideline, so imagine he'll rotate in next time he gets the chance. And there's still Noah Plattfoot serving. 3-2 lead for the Buckeyes. They're gonna burst off, and he gets the kill.
Yeah, that was a really nice connection there. And then Carter ending that play.
He will now be at the service line. That one is just a bit long. So again, just a lot of sloppy play from the service line from both teams.
Yeah, you always want to be aggressive when you're back there because you don't want to give the other team a free ball. But just missing your serve does not help the case either.
And back-to-back service errors.
Yeah, and like we saw from Cole Brohart earlier on, you know, he was just keeping the ball in, and it got the Flyers back and got them a win. And so, you know, keeping that in mind for everyone else is just, you know, trying to keep the ball in play when you're at the service line.
That was Tooney picking up the kill.
Almost a save by Carter trying to kick it, but Tyler Morgan was still on the floor, couldn't quite get the ball.
It's another serve into the net for Ethan Talley. Talley now with 3 service errors. And that's a nice tool there for Tooney.
Yeah, that looked like it just went off Mitchum's right arm. It's going to be a problem you're going to have when you're that tall and high up above the net.
Yeah, Mitchum, he's already tall, but he can really jump as well. Another kill for the Buckeyes. They lead 7-5. Here in set 4, the Flyers lead 2-1.
Yeah, and here you have Samuel and Jacob Hasher for Ohio State in the back row, both leading in kills. So you'll probably see a lot more back row attacks from Ohio State if, you know, the ball's a little bit off. But both have been very successful in the back row, so it is not to a disadvantage for Ohio State.
All over the place on that one. Nice job by Calling to get to that, and Berslov picks up another kill.
Yeah, that was just a crazy rally. A lot of miscommunications on both sides. You know, the Flyers pull out the point on that one, but it was a very sloppy play on both sides of the court. Looks like they're trying to check which rotation they're in at Ohio State.
That one was blocked, but it was out of bounds. So it'll be Tooney to serve. Is blocked and it's in. So that's Tyler Morgan and Tyler Mitchum.
It looks like Birch is trying to fight that Kevin was over on Ohio State's side of the net.
Yeah, and it was close. He definitely passed it backwards. It was just a matter of, well, was he over the net or not when he did so.
It looks like the refs did not see Kevin over the net on Ohio State's side. So Flyers will keep the ball.
Well, perhaps a ball don't lie moment as Mitchum puts that into the net.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate.
It's now Cole Young serving. It's going to be a service error from the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I think both teams are really going to have to work on serving the next week before their games.
Yeah.
Their service ratios aren't looking too good. Ohio State has 7 aces with 16 errors, and the Flyers have 5 aces with 12 errors.
Oh, that one's blocked by Berslov. Again, another solo block.
Wow.
Man, he has looked really good this match. He's gonna get a lot more playing time down the road.
And it looks like Ohio State's coaches are trying to fight if the ball that Carlos Jimenez put over the net is over the antenna. You know, if it is, then, you know, they'd call it out of bounds, but looks like they're going to challenge it.
This will be an interesting one. I don't know what the angle is going to look like on that review, but I think this would be a tough one to overturn unless it's really obvious.
Yeah, that was a close ball. You know, I mean, at least from our point of view, it's kind of hard to tell if it was, you know, outside the antenna or not.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about challenges. It has to be 100% certain to overturn it. And that one might be too hard to overturn.
You know, and then after that block by Carter, the Flyers got a lot of momentum. You know, as you said, he hasn't played. This is like his most playing time he's gotten this season. And so, you know, the bench, the team, they're all very excited for him, especially after getting that solo block. So the Flyers are really amped up after that play. So, you know, if it does go Ohio State's way, that would really be a momentum turn. Possibly.
Yeah, and it's 10-9 Flyers as it stands. Flyers lead 2-1. So obviously, this is a key part of the match. We're taking a long look at it.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, like energy-wise, it looks like, you know, Lewis's bench is really getting amped up. Doesn't look like this challenge is really going to affect their energy.
It looks like we are going to reach a decision here shortly.
both teams just really anticipating. Looks like the coaches are talking now. You know, men's volleyball is there's not a lot of schools, and so the coaches get to know each other pretty well. So you get to see them kind of chatting back and forth, and it looks like the Flyers are going to keep that ball.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight-knit group. Obviously, you know, Dan Friend has been around for so long. He pretty much has a relationship with any coach that he's going to see.
Yeah, even the guys on both teams, you know, they've played with each other, they've played against each other their whole lives. So you're probably going to see some familiar faces, and then, you know, as fans, you gotta get to see them talk through the net. Sometimes they'll give each other high fives. It's kind of a little fun environment.
And that one was a kill from Ethan Talley, so he's up to 6. Flyers will go to calling. Just misses. So now the Buckeyes lead, 11-10. Nice shot by the Flyers defense. Burzloff, did it hit the line? It did not. It's close. No challenge though, so Flyers seem to agree with that call.
Yeah, I think that was too close, and you know, they only have one challenge left, so Dan's probably trying to save it for a little bit later.
And that is going to be a block for Ohio State. They now lead by 3, and Dan Friend is going to take his first time out of the set.
Yeah, you know, they were pretty, you know, back and forth in the beginning of the set, and now Ohio State's, you know, taking a 3-point lead.
Yeah, for the Flyers, Michael Sack has played pretty well. He has 8 kills, and he's hitting at 50% as well. Cole Brillhart, someone who has struggled a bit. He has just 4 kills and hitting at 14%. And Parker Mickish has 19 digs, by far a match leader in that category. Michael Sack and Tyler Morgan, each with 4 blocks. They are the 2 best blockers in the conference. Or excuse me, Sack the 4th best blocker, and then Morgan the 2nd best blocker. Tyler Mitchum, the best blocker in the conference, averages 1.34 blocks per set.
Yeah, and it looks like right now the Flyers are getting a lot, you know, better touches off the block. You know, they're going more up towards the ceiling versus spraying out to the sides, which is helping the Flyers out a lot, especially with, you know, Ohio State's hitters getting a lot of kills.
That one into the net from Talley. Flyers get a point. And it'll be Burzloff back to serve.
And right now you have Noah in the back row setting, but you have both Jacob and Samuel for Ohio State front row, so they're probably going to look and try to find them on either pin.
And that is one that Gibbs was not able to get to, or excuse me, Brillhart. So the Buckeyes lead is still 3. It's been an exciting back and forth match. That one just makes it over the net. That is Sack. He's blocked. All back to the Flyers. They'll set up calling.
That was a nice up.
Flat-footed, yeah, another one. Nonetheless, point goes to the Flyers.
And Noah Plattfoot just really getting some nice touches for Ohio State, but, you know, sadly they just couldn't put that ball away with those touches.
Here's Samuel Clark. It's Michael Sack. It's been a long night.
Both number 17.
This is Ethan Talley, I'm sure about that. Talley struggled serving. That would be a good time to turn things around. That is a nice looking serve. Flyers are able to get it to Mitchell and he scores.
Yeah, again, if the Flyers just keep up a good passing off of Ohio State's serves, they can just set up their middles who have been getting their kills tonight. So that was a nice pass by Carter, and then, you know, Tyler Mitchell putting that away.
And the Flyers get another point, so the lead now just 1 for Ohio State. That one is blocked. It was Morgan and Mitchum again. Seems like when those two are together at the net, they've had success.
Yeah, Ohio State's probably going to look to set back to number 17 on this play. Oh, there you go.
That one blocked and it's in.
Wow.
Just in the corner.
Yeah, that is a difficult ball to pick up if you're Ohio State's defense. It just snuck right into the back corner.
And Morgan punches that home. And now Kevin Birch will use his timeout with the momentum. All Flyers right now.
Yeah, look, during those points there, Kevin Calling was trying to get the ball right away to keep the serve going, just to keep the momentum on their side. It was working.
Yeah, it really seems to just be, you know, both teams again are, you know, very similar, you know, putting up similar numbers. And it's really just about who's It looks like we are on a 5-0 run for the Flyers.
Yeah, that was a huge turn of events here in the set. And this one, you know, early on looked like it. It looked like this is a set going the Buckeyes' way, but now the Flyers have turned it on its head.
Again, like I was trying to say, it's really a game of momentum. Who's carrying the momentum? And, you know, right now, the Flyers have the momentum. You know, with that five-point run here, they've really brought themselves back from, you know, being down a few points, now being up by 2. So really playing in their favor here.
Flyers lead 2-1. That one's blocked in, but that one is out. So the run is stemmed by the Buckeyes. Let's see if they can gain some momentum. It's Samuel Clark at the service line. Oh man, nice dig there from Clark. Flyers go back to Mitchell, they hit the line. Point Flyers. And you know, Birch obviously lost one of his timeouts with that challenge earlier on. He's out of timeouts, and he might be considering a challenge here. Decides against it. That serve barely creeps over the net. It was blocked, but one of the Flyers hit the nets.
And now it is just a 1-point lead by the Flyers late in set 4.
That service error gives it back to the Flyers. 19-17 the score. Flyers lead 2-1. Mitchum serve makes it over the net. Oh, that one. Punch home by Cole Young.
Yeah, that is his 4th kill. You've seen a lot coming from the pins, but that was a really nice kill out of the middle. It was a fast arm. Flyers just were not ready.
So this is Thomas Poole. Oh, nice job by Sack, and he picks up the kill. And Young's gonna check back in. No, it'll be Mickish. Tyler Morgan serving. Nice kill from Tally.
Yeah, if Ohio State keeps feeding the middle, it's gonna be a lot for our blockers. Establishing the middle is very hard to do, and then that just opens up the pins.
Yeah, exactly. And without Tyler or Mitchum there in the middle, it's a little bit easier for Ohio State. That one looked easy for Sack.
Yeah, putting it right back at Ohio State.
Burzlaff serving. Long. So the Flyers have led for a bit here, but have not been able to open up their lead to more than 2.
Yeah, and now that it's 21-20, you know, we're late in the game, and serves are really going to be important here.
Yeah, I mean, you got to imagine it. Would this be a point where fatigue, you know, might start to set in, obviously, in this long, hard-fought match?
Yeah, physical and mental fatigue.
Point Flyers. As Mitchum comes in along with Gibbs. Mitchum has 15 kills in the match. That one is off. So again, just really close.
Yeah, here Ohio State's looking to do the same idea, you know, get someone in to serve to try to get their, you know, score up as they're down by 1.
This is Luke Linton. Into the net. Costly error from the Buckeyes as the Flyers are 2 points away from a possible victory.
Yeah, this has really been a serving game for all 4 sets. You know, who can keep their serves in.
Nice little pickup there by Calling.
And that's a kill for Brillhart. You're now at match point. And Coach Birch takes his final timeout. And it's 21-24. And the Flyers obviously so close. They can taste victory, but they've got to be able to come out of this timeout and execute.
Yeah, and luckily for the Flyers, Kevin Calling has yet to miss a serve. So he's been very consistent this whole night. You know, and he's going to be back there serving for their, you know, hopefully their last point here. Ohio State just trying to, you know, get a pass and, you know, get a first ball kill. It still could be anyone's game, really. I mean, both teams have put up a fight towards the ends of the games.
Yeah, and of course the Buckeyes have options. I mean, Samuel Clark and Jacob Pasture have both been money all night. And Neil Care Arena is on its feet and loud as they're trying to pick up their first MIVA victory of the season in their second MIVA matchup. And it's Pasture from the back row. Buckeyes still have some work to do, 24-22.
I think Dan's down there asking the ref if he was crossing the middle line there. Doesn't seem so.
And that is going to be a service error, and the Flyers win. So the Flyers improve to 7-3 on the season. Buckeyes now fall to below 500 at 4-5 from Neil Care Arena. This has been Patrick Hennessy alongside Juliana Van Loo and Allie Hickey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.